Good afternoon, ladies.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
And just briefly, if you could just give me a description of the characters that you portray in the movie, starting with you, Stephanie.
I portrayed the one and only female bodyguard guarding Romano in the film.
Okay. And how did you come about getting that role? I mean, is that something you say, oh, I have a so-and-so background that I can, do these physical needs required for this?
Not necessarily. I actually emailed my picture portfolio over to Tom, and he invited me to cast for the role, and the rest is history.
Were you surprised that you got this? I mean, because I'm assuming that as a bodyguard, it's playing a very physical type of character. Were you surprised that you were cast in that?
Not really. I actually am very open to, learning and developing, discovering different areas of my potential. So whatever he proposed that we should do for that role, we were willing to do that.
Okay, great. And Faye Awada, I know of you because we play in the movie Partners. We're on the force together, detective. So give me a rundown of that with your character. 'Cause you have a more main role.
Yeah, I'm called Detective Sonia Hanos. I go after the bad guys, and I take it very personal because there's issues which involves my brother Valentino in there. So this is
Put you guys down now.
So help me God, I'll kill every one of y'all.
The first one that's going is your boss. I said put him down now. Put him on the couch. Now, all of you. Put him down. Down now.
So how did you come about in getting that role and getting with Tom and this production?
well. Actually, I've had some where I played during college. I played in some roles, as far as plays. And then they were looking for a middle-aged person to play a detective. And I was asked to go ahead and see if they tried me out, and they were very happy with it. So they were impressed, and I got it.
Was this your first time in front of the camera in the movie?
Well, in the movie, yes. But like I said, I did, during my college days, I was in some plays. I was in 12 Angry Jurors, and I also had A Broken Promise, which was in Detroit Mercy College.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So how does this experience compare with the days?
Way different.
Better, worse?
You can't compare them. It's this is better, but I enjoy this. This is fun.
Did you like it? Did you like it?
I really like it.
And Stephanie, was there any type of training or any informal or amateur work you had done in the past that would lead you up to this type of work?
Actually not. Actually, I've always been pretty worked in the gym. I was a bodybuilder growing up.
Wow.
I've always, engaged in some type of working out, personal routines that I've developed even at home. So I was equipped for the position when he said there was going to be some physical activity, and that was actually really enjoyable actually to engage in the physical activity, running through the forest with the guns, and different various scenes where we're exerting physical activity and force. And then of course working with Faye was just a wonderful experience, getting to know her. She's a beautiful person.
And you two have a major fight scene in the movie.
Yes, we do.
I always reference it to the Kill Bill type of situation, Vivica Fox, Uma Thurman. How was it in doing this fight scene? Without giving away any details by way of what happens with the characters, or how was it?
Well, we had a good trainer. Tom Henry really made sure we were trained for this very well. We attended his camp, and he helped us so much. And I really enjoyed working with Stephanie. She's great. I mean, she's a wonderful person, and I think, working with someone that you like, there's a lot of charisma there in between the two, and there's so much that you could relate to with each other, whether we're hurting each other or not. At least we could, we understand that it's a role we have to play. And you really have to play that role of that person in order to be successful. I mean, whether you're a bodyguard or whether you're a detective, you have to feel that's you. So we both understood that this is our roles and we have to do it. But I really love working with her. She's just a wonderful person. But wow, she could really scratch it. She could really kick. I got a few.
So they were hurt. I guess they get physical hurt So
Yes, I did.
did the,
But
how
you
did-
know
We both
what?
did.
We both did.
okay.
But it was worth it because it was from someone that I knew really, that cared for me. It wasn't someone that was there for revenge, for real.
Okay. So doing the fight scene, I guess it was. What did you learn in doing that? In that type of, I guess it was choreographed, obviously, so it wasn't any real hits and blows
Well,
coming through.
actually, we actually to make it believable, we actually did
We did.
hit. And,
Oh.
We did hit each other.
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
Yes, we did. It was not much of it was, but most of the time we were hitting each other.
And did the training come into play to say how to roll with a punch or whatever? I haven't seen any of it, so I'm still curious as to how it went. So how did the training at time
The
provide-
training was very
beautiful,
helpful
yeah.
in helping us,
Yes.
choreograph
Yes,
and
exactly.
make it so that it was believable. And one of the words he used was, it's got to be believable, make it believable. So in our efforts of trying to do that, we actually had to physically make contact. We had to physically exert,
Okay.
the punches and the blocks. And you can't really fake a block. You either,
Yeah.
it's hard to choreograph that.
So the viewer watching it at the premiere or anytime after that, they would be impressed by what was a choreographed scene and how well you pulled it off?
I would hope so. I would hope that we definitely
Yes.
put in the effort, and we wanted to make it believable. We wanted the audience to believe and really engage with the physical contact.
Oh, okay, so now with Faye, with I guess with other productions coming up or other things on the horizon, has this helped with you looking toward the future with that?
Yes,
art
of
event?
course. Yes, of course.
What's in the future with what is
Well,
it?
hopefully that if there's another movie that comes up, I would love to be part of it. I really enjoy this.
You
It's
caught the
really
acting
nice.
bug big
Yes.
time. Okay.
I like it. There was a couple of times that I was sick, but I still tried my best, and they said the show must go on
Right,
no matter
right.
what happens. But I would love to, start acting again if there's another movie that comes up.
What will our viewers have to, I guess, filmgoers, what should they be prepared to see? A new side of Faye? Those who know you personally, I guess, is there a new side to you that's coming out on the screen or?
Well, yes, because of the profession that I'm in. But some people have seen that other side of me on several occasions. But they will see a different part that's really there,
The action part.
that really comes out too, that was there many years ago, as maybe when I was in my early 20s, and they'll see that part that comes out when I was at that age.
Okay. Are
Because
you
I enjoyed it.
excited about the finished
Oh
product?
yes, I'm very excited.
Okay. We're
And
looking forward to see.
I'm so happy that it was Stephanie that I was working with. I really enjoyed working with her and the rest of the group, and my partners too, as well. Tom Henry. I mean, if it wasn't for him, bringing
I
back
think
all
everybody
this.
owed Tom a big
Yes,
thanks. Everybody,
definitely.
yes. So now, Stephanie, with I ask this of everyone who's being interviewed. I'm gonna ask you as well, Faye. Now, if someone was looking at the film and say, "I'm inspired, I'm impressed, I want to do exactly what it is she's doing," and they come up to you, what advice would you give that person to say, "Here's how to handle this, or here's what not to do. Here's what I did."
I believe first you must be professional. Present yourself professional. Be ready on time. Willing to do whatever it is that he's requiring you to do. Obviously, with various roles, it's going to sometimes be outside of your comfort zone. But be willing to work with the director and follow his vision, even if you don't quite understand it. I believe that you should be physically always have a daily physical routine to keep yourself physically agile. Keep yourself camera ready. I'm a big believer on being prepared at all times. When you walk
Okay.
outside your door, you're marketing yourself. You're marketing who you're working for, so you always want to represent. So when someone does say, "Hey, how do you get where you're doing? How do you get where you're going? And how did you get where you are?" and you just tell them naturally, "This is my daily something. It's a lifestyle. It's what I do."
I like that. That is great. So Faye, again, someone wants to do exactly what it is you're doing because you put across an impressive display.
Well, I agree with 100% what Stephanie says, but at the same time, I will always say that if you're given a role, you have to really play that role. You have to feel in order for that director to really feel that you really have it in you. So let's say you're given any type of role, whatever it is, you have to play that role within yourself first. Place yourself in that role that you're playing, that position that you're playing, or whatever you're acting. You have to really put yourself in that person's position in order to be a successful actress or actor. So, don't go into something that you don't like. Go into something and make it look like a hobby.
Exactly. Okay.
So if you really enjoy acting, let it be as a hobby at the same time as a very serious job for you, but at the same time enjoy it and play the role and make sure that you play that role as though as you really exist in that person.
Okay.
So this is what I would, besides what Stephanie said.